Game Show episode 2, and you may have noticed in the title of the video, it is Chelsea versus Manchester United once again, but with a slight twist to this week's theme. So remember last time I was giving Tom questions based on his club Chelsea, and he was giving me questions based on United. We're swapping it this time. I'm giving him questions on my team, and he's giving me questions on his team. A lot harder. I guess we want it to be a bit harder. We want it to be a bit more challenging. But yeah,
Okay.
we will
I've done no
certainly
research
see.
on United.
I know. I mean, we've just about managed to get enough time to plan a few shows in advance. So we are going to kick off with a different opening round to last week, which is a round we're going to call Connect 3. So the way that this works is we're going to give each other a list of 3, and the other person has to say how they're connected, which I think is pretty simple, really. And just a one house rule really is that there's only 1 point per correct answer. So Tom, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I will. So, as I say, this one's going to be 3 names, and you've got to give me the connection between the 3 names. Your first name is Mark Stein, won a Chelsea record transfer once upon a time. Your second name is Gus Poyet, and your third name is Nicholas Anelka.
Oh dear God. Oh no. It started already. How the hell are they linked? Right, well, Mark Stein I think was from the 90s. Gus Poyet was late 90s, early 2000s. Nicholas Anelka was mid to late 2000s, wasn't he? Early 2010s. I haven't got a clue how they're linked. Were they the first signing for each manager they played for?
No, they were each a top scorer in the Premier League for Chelsea.
Oh, okay.
So Poyet from centre mid, top scored, I believe, in the 98 season. Mark Stein did it season 94, and Nicholas Anelka did it 2008. So nothing chronological. It wasn't a trick. It was just a very plain vanilla question there.
I think you've set the precedent. Right then. So your first go. Henning Berg, Daley Blind, Shinji Kagawa.
Oh, goodness me. Henning Berg, Daley Blind, Shinji Kagawa. Wowzers. Okay. This scares me. This question really scares me. Shinji Kagawa. Was it something like each of them were sold for higher than they were bought for? Something like that?
Is that your answer?
Oh, no. This question. Henning Berg, Shinji Kagawa, Daley Blind. It's nothing to do with managers. That's good. That's the easy thing with United. You don't need to worry about managers. Ooh.
Well, interestingly, not all of them were bought by the same manager, so...
No, true that, but positionally they were in different positions.
That'd be so boring. Oh, they were all strikers.
Yeah, but you could talk about record signings or something like that. I'm going to say they're each highest appearance makers for their respective countries. Oh, God, that's such a rubbish answer.
I don't think that's the case. Well, I think Van der Sar was probably the highest Dutch. Anyway, no, you were almost on the right tracks, and you kind of were half there when you were talking about whether they were sold for more than they were bought for. They were all sold back to the club we bought them from. So Henning Berg was bought from Blackburn, sold back to Blackburn. Daley Blind bought from Ajax, sold back to Ajax. And Shinji Kagawa bought from Borussia Dortmund and sold back to Borussia Dortmund.
Oh, of course. Oh, of course.
So, yeah. Great start to the show.
Like that.
0-0.
It's a bit of a ball draw at the moment, but question 2 of this first round. This time it's all 3 are teams, and you've got to tell me how they're linked in what is Chelsea. The first one is Aston Villa. The second one is Portsmouth. And the third one is Manchester United.
Bloody hell. Aston Villa, Portsmouth, Manchester United. Are they teams that Chelsea beat to win the Premier League title?
Very good guess. And you're very, very close. No. Man United, yes, we did, but we never beat Portsmouth to win the Prem, and we never beat Villa to win the Prem. They are, in fact, teams that we've beaten to win the FA Cup final.
Oh, ouch.
So you were so close. Each, like that one and the last
Yeah.
one, both very, very close, but not quite the real McCoy, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Sorry about that, mate.
Ouch. So you're at number 2 then. Ryan Giggs, Wes Brown, and Teddy Sheringham.
I would have said they were all in the squad for Barcelona. They were all in that Barcelona winning team. Is there something about that they've each picked up Champions League winners medal? I think Wes Brown, Teddy Sheringham, Ryan Giggs.
Let me narrow this down a bit. There is something that is exclusive to only these 3 players for Manchester United, which may or may not give it away.
I think I've got it. They've each been at the club like 10 years or more. Because Brown was there for years and years and years. Ryan Giggs was there for obviously the whole Premier League era till 2013, to 2014, not 2013. And Sheringham, no, Sheringham wasn't at United 10 years, was he?
No, nowhere near. I think about 4 years.
Yeah, because I remember he was at Forest, Tottenham, and they...
I don't know why I'm distracting you from the answer that you were going to give, but nevertheless.
Oh, you're about to tell me it was the right answer, weren't you? Oh, dear. No, I got that wrong. This is going to be a very boring draw at the moment.
We've gone the other extreme now.
Giggs, Brown, Sheringham. Giggs, Brown, Sheringham. Oh. Have they each scored the goal that's won Man United the Premier League? Something like that?
You're not a million miles away. It wasn't a goal they scored. All 3 assisted for Manchester United in victorious Champions League finals. So Ryan Giggs' scuffed shot then took Sheringham to get the equaliser in '99. Sheringham's header then got Solskjaer to get the winner in that same final. And then Wes Brown, his cross for Ronaldo's header in 2008. So after 2 questions each, 0-0.
I was close on that Champions League bit at the start. I thought it was something to do with that.
Yeah.
And I'm annoyed didn't pursue that further. Anyway, question 3 for you. Pedro Rodriguez, Branislav Ivanovic, Eden Hazard.
Ooh. What was the first name?
Pedro.
Oh, Pedro.
The man off your club, mate.
I know. I feel like it's got something to do with scoring in a European final. I'm sure Ivanovic did. I feel like Hazard... I'm going to say they all scored in a European Cup final for Chelsea. Sorry, in a European Cup competition for Chelsea in the final.
I'm going to give you that. It was actually slightly more specific that they were all Europa League final scorers. I'm going to be very nice because I'm a nice person and give you the point for that.
I appreciate that a lot. Right, so...
You got on the right line, and I think a 0-0 round would be embarrassing. Okay, I think I'm going to give you that.
I appreciate that. I probably shouldn't, but I'm not going to argue. Anyway, I think that this question is probably, as a matter of fact, probably quite generous as well. I don't know how strong your knowledge on this particular field is. So, 3 names are Memphis Depay, Michael Owen, and Antonio Valencia.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Depay, Owen, Valencia. Okay. Oh god. Depay, Owen. Did they each score in like a Manchester derby? Did they each score a winning goal in like a Manchester derby?
I don't believe so.
Depay is the only one I would doubt there.
I don't even know if Valencia did. Again, I don't know why I'm distracting you from the answer you're about to give. I guess this is my being generous to you.
So Valencia, Depay, Michael Owen. It's again 2 different managers. Valencia Depay, Michael Owen. Goodness me. So there's nothing to do with Premier League victories because Depay won sweet FA at Manchester United. Bar one FA Cup. He was still at the club for that.
It really was sweet FA.
Um,
Thank you.
Owen. Owen won a Premier League. He won't have won an FA Cup at Man United. So it's nothing to do with FA Cups or maybe League Cups. But again, Depay never won a League Cup at Man United. So that doesn't spring out at me. Owen was never a record signing because it was at the end of his career and you bought him quite cheap off
It was
Newcastle.
free, I believe.
It was free, wasn't it, once his contract was up at Newcastle United, wasn't it? Oh, goodness me. I've got a little... Oh, I think I know what it might be.
Yeah.
Going to be a bit left field. Were they each the youngest players, like, for their country, youngest debut makers for their country, and they also played at Man United?
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
I haven't got a bloody clue if that's true or false. They all wore the number 7 for Manchester United.
They each what?
They all wore the number 7 for Manchester United.
You know my pedigree with shirt. I hate you.
I thought that was a rather generous one. I thought that, Valencia very famously only wore it for one season before reverting back to number 25. Owen took over from Cristiano Ronaldo, and Memphis Depay, I think, took it off Angel Di Maria.
Oh, God. Each distinguished in their own way there. Right, so it's 1-0.
So,
a bit of a gritty victory for you there.
Yeah, I feel like I've robbed you of even taking a point. But anyway, so after round 1, after Connect 3, it is me in the lead, 1-0. So, moving on then to round 2, which as always is Guess Who. Now, we've slightly modified the rules of this because I think, after I thrashed Tom last time round, I think to make things a bit more fair, Tom was obviously better at the Guess Who than I am generally. So, obviously we have 3 clues. If one of us gets the answer after clue number 1, then that's 3 points. After clue number 2, then 2 points. And after clue number 3, then just 1 point. So, I'll let you have the chance to pick up some points. So, your Manchester United player. Clue number 1. I am the only player from my country to have played for Manchester United in the Premier League. Any idea?
I'm not. I assume you only get one guess, right? Or
You can have a guess after clue 1, and then if you want to alter it as we go along, then by all means alter it.
Oh, so you'll tell me if I get it right.
Yeah.
So my guess is going to be Chicharito Hernandez. Javier Hernandez.
Okay. So we'll keep the name Hernandez in mind as we move on to clue number 2.
So if it does turn out to be Hernandez, you'll give me the points, right?
Exactly.
Perfect.
Clue number 2. During my career, I played alongside Diego Simeone, Nicolas Anelka, and Neil Sullivan.
Oh, God. Oh, okay. So it says Simeone, Sullivan, and Anelka. Okay. So it's definitely not Chicharito. I don't need to worry about that. Oh, God. So Neil Sullivan was at Chelsea for about a year. It's not going to be Juan Sebastian Veron because obviously United have had Argentinians after him, before him. So it's okay. Simeone. So Simeone would have been at Inter Milan. He was okay. Now it's going to be clue 3, mate.
Okay. Clue number 3. I was managed by Sam Allardyce at the only other Premier League club I played for.
Okay. So it'll be Bolton Wanderers, I suspect. He was at. Because if he played with Simeone, who retired about 2005-ish, probably very likely he would have... Well... Unless he went to Newcastle after that. Or Blackburn Rovers. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Okay. Is it? Oh. I'm going to make a bit of a weird guess, but I'll make it. I think I know who it is.
Okay.
Is it Eric Jemba?
So, if we go back to clue number 1, I'm the only player from my country to have played for Manchester United in the Premier League. If I tell you the country was not Cameroon, it was
Right.
South Africa.
Oh, it's Quinton Fortune.
It was Quinton Fortune. He played with Diego Simeone at Atletico Madrid, and Anelka at Bolton, and Nilsson, I believe, at Brentford or something like that. And then
that's a nice one, mate.
and then Sam Allardyce, you were right, managed at Bolton. So yeah,
Oh,
Quinton Fortune. So no points out of 3 for that one.
okay. Okay. I think you're going to enjoy this one anyway. And we've removed the time limit, luckily. So you've got a reasonable amount of time here. But your first clue is I can count Real Madrid and Newcastle amongst my previous clubs.
Is it Jeremy?
Jesus Christ. Well done, mate.
Oh, yes.
How did you get that?
I know that he played for Newcastle, I think it was after playing for Chelsea.
Yeah, man. On a hiding to nothing here. Ooh, I'm cacking it now. Can I even get on the board? Wowzers. So 4-0.
Yes, 4-0 after 2 rounds.
I don't even need to give you the 2 other clues. The 2 other clues would have been I was a member of our squad during our back-to-back title-winning campaigns. That was probably slightly nice. And the third one that I should have given you first was I possess 2 African Cup of Nations winners medals.
I would never have got that after clue 1, yeah.
So I gave you actually quite a nice clue 1 that I should have given to you very much later on. But hey, I'm going to accept the defeat there. Well done, mate. Now on to a higher or lower round. I'll give you the opportunity to go first, given that I went first last time, and extend your lead, may I add. This round's going to be on transfer fees, so it's going to be very much, I'll start with a player, and then you've got to tell me whether the next player's transfer fee was higher or lower. There's going to be 5 of them, and you're going to get 1 point each, basically, for each one. So your baseline is going to be Hernan Crespo, who moved to Chelsea from AC Milan.
He moved
to Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Sorry, Inter Milan went on loan to AC Milan. £23 million. And your first name, Ricardo Carvalho.
Oh, wow. I don't think there's much in this one. My gut is that it's higher, but I don't see why they would pay more for him. I'm going to say higher.
And you would be correct.
Oh.
27 million we paid for Ricardo Carvalho back in 2004. Your next name, Juan Mata.
More than... Right, so I know what you
Carvalho,
sold.
27 million.
27. I know what you sold. I think lower.
Is that your final answer?
I'm going to go lower.
And you would be correct.
I've dropped my
Lucky. It feels like that they were 2 very, very flimsy answers, but you're on the right side of them both. Your next name is Danny Drinkwater.
What price was Juan Mata?
Ooh, I'm going to be nice. 24.
24. You got absolutely ripped off for Danny Drinkwater. I think it's higher. Was it like 30 million or something?
You'd be correct, actually. It's the biggest gap in this round. 34 million we paid for Danny Drinkwater.
Right, so that's...
we got a lot back for him, Absolute class Premier League.
It's like two appearances or something he's made for you.
He's got a nice volley on his, I think, one of his first goals for the club. But the less I want to think about him. The next one is N'Golo Kante.
Oh. Oh no. Oh. More or less. Is he worth more or less than Danny Drinkwater? That's the question. And did you pay more or less for?
Both from the same club, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Both winning the league with Leicester.
One a
Oh,
year apart from the other.
mother of God, that's tricky.
The last three is a midfield trio. It's a really... I'd love to put them in a 4-3-3 together and see how fun it goes. We've got Drinkwater, we've got Kante.
Oh, I'm gonna go lower.
And you would be correct. By 2 million.
Wow.
You're getting... Mate, I'm getting absolutely zero in these quizzes. It's going to be another one where it doesn't even go to the final round at this rate. I'm worried I'm not even going to get you final round here. The final one is Timue Bakayoko. So it really is a midfield three to be desired.
Oh yeah, good. Bakayoko is absolutely world class. Him and Danny Drinkwater, absolutely dynamite.
Midfield, eh?
Oh, I think you also got ripped off for Bakayoko. I'm going to go higher.
And again, you would be correct. I
Damn.
can't believe you are now 9-0 up on me. I am absolutely cacking this. Right.
Right, your turn.
Take it to the final round here.
So your turn then. Again, as we said, 1 point if you get it, if you guess whether it's high or low. Starting off then
So
with
I need at least 4 points to take it to the final round here out of 5.
yes, absolutely, yeah. And we'll also reveal details about the slight modification to the final round in a few moments' time. First of all, though, starting point, our centre back was more like a pebble than a rock. Eric Bailly at £30 million from Villarreal.
Okay.
So your next one, I've also given you one matter. Higher or lower than £30 million?
Ooh. Okay. We got a good price for him. But I think it was more like 28 million than like a 32 million or something. Because that was Moisey. I don't think your board would have given him more than 30 mil to spend. So I'm going to say lower.
37.1 million. It's higher. Made quite a good profit on that sale there.
Yeah, he did. He was a good player, you know. He was a very good player.
Quite why you sold him to us, I don't know. But
what happened when he went to United, honestly? He was never the same, I don't feel.
No, I would have to agree with you there. Anyway then, player number 2, Memphis Depay. Higher or lower than £37.1 million?
Lower.
Correct. You got your first point of the game.
No, I need 3 more out of the last 3 to stay in this quiz.
So £25 million was what Man United paid for Depay back in, I believe, 2015. Next up then, one of the current players, Diogo Dalot. Of course, one of the up-and-coming prospects at Manchester United.
That was about 17.
More or less?
That was less. You paid about 17 for him.
It is less. £17 million. Very good.
Yeah, I remember it. Right. 9-2. The comeback's on.
FIFA style.
Two more to take it to the final round here.
Okay, then next one is a player that probably didn't get as fair a chance as he should have at Man United. Name is Wilfried Zaha. Also, if we allude back to Connect 3, another player that was bought and sold back to the same club. Wilfried Zaha, did we buy him for more or less than £19 million?
I thought you said it was 17 million you paid for Diogo Dalot.
Maybe I said it's £19 million.
Ooh, this is going to be the one that I think is going to knock me out. I'm going to say... Palace were in the Championship when you bought him. Or they were just coming up to the Premier League. And I thought the record for a Championship player definitely... It was Musa Sissoko when it was 40 million. So I am going to say lower than 19. I think it was like 16, 17.
Very close. It was lower, £15 million. So you're just about still in this.
Goodness me, this is scary.
Right
I've
then.
got to get one to give myself a shot in the final round.
In essence, this final question The whole game depends on this final question. And
Oh,
the
God.
name is Marcos Rojo.
Oh, no.
I believe
Oh,
he bought out the rest of his own contract to join Manchester United under Louis van Gaal.
oh no.
Been exiled from the squad under Jose Mourinho, probably leaving under Solskjaer. But did we pay more or less than £15 million for him?
Who'd you buy him off again? It was Argentinian,
I
wasn't it?
think it was Sporting.
Lisbon.
Yeah, or Porto or Benfica, one of those teams, yeah.
I have a hunch that you didn't pay that much for him. Oh no, the whole quiz is hinging on this. I'm literally cacking this. So saying 15 mil. How much did you pay for Rojo? He wasn't. How old was he when you bought him? He
Oh,
was.
I've no idea. Early 20s.
Oh no. I'm gonna say lower. I don't think you paid that much for him, but I'm worried this is going to end the quiz.
If I tell you there's £1 million either higher or lower than £15 million. Now, when he first joined United, I'm just dragging this out. When he first joined United, his squad number was 5. Then, when Mourinho looked to be signing another centre back last summer, he changed his number to 16, and the answer is £16 million. It was higher.
Oh
So
no!
3 points there out of 5 for you. So as we come into our final round, the scores are Tom
Not
with 3 points out of a possible, let me see, out of a possible 11, and I've got 9 out of 11. So then, as I said, we've slightly modified the quiz. So how this is going to work, and the idea was to try and make it more competitive and more fair, and quite frankly more interesting to watch.
Right. If I got the 16 right,
Yeah.
It would have meant that it would have set up the perfect final round.
I mean,
for
the only possible thing you can get from this is a bit of consolation. So, as I said, we've modified it. So, it is a penalty shootout format. We're going to go A, B, A, B. And it is going to be best of 5. So, not just 5 questions each, best of 5. And the winner gets all 5 points. So, there's no single points for getting a question right. It's just 5 points, a blanket total for winning the penalty shootout style quiz. So, I think we should probably just get into it right away. So, I'll give you, Tom, the chance to rack up a few more points. Question number 1. Who scored 5 goals when Manchester United beat Ipswich Town 9-0 in 1995?
I know it because he came on. All the others were on a hat trick, and he came in and got a crazy number, wasn't it? I believe it was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
You're thinking of when we beat Nottingham Forest 8-1 in 98-99. And he only scored 4 times. It was Andy Cole.
Oh, goodness me. It's not my day today.
No.
Right. Question number 1 for you. Let's see if you can score the first penalty here. Chelsea famously beat Napoli in the round of 16 of the Champions League in 2012.
Did they?
Okay. Who did we beat in the quarterfinal?
Oh.
The sort of forgotten round of that run.
I generally don't have a clue. I am going to guess at Benfica.
And you would be correct.
Seriously?
It was Benfica. We beat them 1-0 away from home. Salomon Kalou scoring the winner. And we beat them 2-1 at home with a Raul Morelos brace.
I swear to God, I plucked a name out of thin air.
Mate, it is not going my way today.
Oh, God.
It is not going my way today. Let's see if I can level this up now.
All right, then. So, question number 2. In the 2010-11 season, Dimitar Berbatov shed the Premier League Golden Boot with which former United player?
Okay. So this was the season where Chelsea were... We came second by the skin of our teeth that year. And we weren't that good. City were on the same number of points as us and levelled it up. They came third, and then Tottenham Hotspur, I believe, came fourth, or Arsenal came fourth.
I think yes, I think
Arsenal
you're right.
came
No, Spurs qualified for the Champions League
in 2010, I think.
2010 because Gareth Bale had his scintillating hat-trick against Inter. Yeah.
So which ex-United player shared the Golden Boot with Dimi Berbatov? 2010-11. So it won't be any of the Chelsea boys, because that was very much the Malouda, Kalou, Drogba, Anelka sort of team. Won't be any of them. The City team wouldn't have had any ex-United boys in there. That was like the sort of Aguero, Dzeko, or it was just before they signed Aguero. But then I think they're Craig Bellamy, people like that. It wouldn't have been them. I don't think it was the Arsenal lot either, so I think it must have been like a pretty low-down team who, like a renaissance for one of the United folks that year. Was it Louis Saha at Everton? Complete guess.
So, in your working out, one of the errors you made was saying that Man City didn't have any former United players. Carlos Tevez.
Oh, my knowledge is so... I know all of this stuff as well. I'm so angry at that. I should have known that. That has really annoyed me. Right, 2-0.
Yeah.
And on to... Oh, no, sorry, 1-0. And on to my question.
1-0, question 2 for me.
Under whose management did Chelsea win their first trophy of the Premier League era?
Right, so obviously not Porterfield. Not Webb.
We're not going to try Webb. We're not going to go through the Webb though.
Next up was Glenn Hoddle, and I'm trying to think, could it have been a League Cup win? Because the FA Cups around that time went to United and Everton. I know that Hullet won the FA Cup with you. No, I don't. And the question is, did you win a League Cup with Glenn Hoddle? And I can't say for sure. I'm going to go Ruud Hullet.
And you would be correct. God, you're wiping the floor here. This is going to be like a 14-3 win at this moment. Goodness, I'm cacking this. Right, okay.
You have to get this one right to stay in the game, really. I think this is quite generous, if I'm honest. Question number 3. Which player's long-distance shot did United keeper Roy Carroll famously drop over the line in 2005?
Oh, my God. I'm literally picturing this. But I've completely forgotten who it was against. Can you give me the whole question again?
Yes.
Did you get a clue there?
Which player's long-distance shot did United keeper Roy Carroll infamously drop over the line in 2005?
Oh, I remember it, but we were so high at the top of the table that we didn't care about you guys that year.
Thanks.
One of the first times we could actually legitimately say that, by the way. I seem to remember it being against a really bad team. Against like either Birmingham or Norwich City, someone like that. Against someone who really... bugger. I don't know. And I guess Yakubu.
So if I tell you that the team was Tottenham Hotspur...
David Beckham.
No, Pedro Mendes.
Oh, this is getting really annoying because I know that
The thing is, I know that you know that as well.
I do, but my knowledge is being really badly exposed in these quizzes. Really bad, actually.
Right, so this could be the question that finishes us off.
Jose Mourinho's last game in charge of Chelsea came against which club?
Oh my God. Am I right in saying that his last game per se was against Nordsjælland?
Is that your final answer?
No, because was it last Premier League game? Or just last game? Last game. Yeah, I'm going to say Nordsjælland.
So, you were thinking about his first tenure.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right.
You got the country nearly right, but it wasn't Nordsjælland.
Yeah, you're right.
I
was thinking about his first spell.
Yeah, it was Rosenborg from Norway.
Oh, Rosenborg.
We won all at Stamford Bridge, and it was a bit... I think half the stadium was sold. I mean, I can't believe our fans didn't like show some respect there, but we'll leave that for another video.
Yeah.
It was actually Leicester City.
Oh,
It
okay.
was
I wouldn't
a
have
couple
got that.
Vardy that year. They won the league, and that sort of was a nail. They betrayed my work, if you remember that. That was what it was. So you're keeping me in this, mate.
I am just about then. So we do move on to question number 4. Who was the last player before Henrik Mkhitaryan to join Arsenal from Manchester United?
Oh, Arsenal from United. Danny Welbeck.
Correct.
Phew. Okay.
So
Right.
you've got one question right in the quiz. That's something.
God. Like, I have good football knowledge. I just don't know why mine getting so badly exposed in these quizzes. Really badly. So question 4 for you. Gus Poyet moved from Chelsea to which rival club?
Spurs.
I thought that might have tricked you. I should have said which club, not which rival club.
I know that anyway.
I
think he joined the same time as Sheringham went back to Spurs under Hoddle.
Poyet. Judas.
So, that does round off the quiz. Before we end up totaling the scores, I was about to say that since we've written out a 5th question, why don't we go over them? So then, why don't you ask your sort of phantom question number 5?
How many Chelsea players were in the England squad for the last World Cup?
I believe Cahill was. Loftus-Cheek, I think, was. Were any others, is the question. And I don't believe there were. I'm going to say 2.
And you would be correct. This knowledge is just hurting me. You're exposing me so badly. It's already 14-3.
Yeah.
Give me a pounding on your club's knowledge and my club's knowledge. Oh, goodness me.
Okay then, so what would have been your final question? Which former Everton manager had a brief stint as Sir Alex Ferguson's assistant manager in 2004?
Former Everton manager?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a management partnership, they also guided United to the 2004 FA Cup.
Okay, so former Everton. I would have thought, I don't know if he's too old. I would have said Howard Kendall, but I think he's too old. I don't think it'd be Howard Kendall. Should he given his links to the club? I'm trying to early Premier or Everton managers. You're talking Kendall, you're talking Mike Walker, who is at Norwich City when they almost won the Premier League. You're talking, I have a feeling Howard Wilkinson might have been Everton as well. I'm going to guess. He might not have been. He may well not have been. I'll guess, because it really doesn't matter. I'm going to guess Howard Kendall, but I don't think it was.
It wasn't Howard Kendall. He was Everton manager slightly later on than Kendall. Walter Smith.
Oh, bugger. I always thought Walter Smith was at Rangers at that sort of era, though.
I think it was before he went to Rangers. He had I think about 3 months as Fergie's assistant.
Yeah. Good question. I have to say, really good question.
So let's just say that if we were doing this in terms of 1 point per question, then it would have been 4-1, which doesn't really make much difference.
3-2.
Sorry.
Did I not get more than one? I did only get one.
You got Welbeck, and that was it. And I got the Mourinho's last opponent wrong. However, as we stated at the beginning of the round, it is 5 points for the winner of the quiz. Winner takes it all. So that does leave the final scores. Let me just quickly see. I think it is 14-3. Is that?
Can we leave?
Yeah.
Can we please not publish this, mate?
So not only does that leave the final score at 14-3 to me, it also puts me 2-0 up in terms of episode wins. What was that, sorry?
Like the mega quiz. But the real quiz is going to be our next quiz. That's going to be the real quiz.
Yeah.
I forget the These two are warm-up rounds.
Okay, so
I'm going to come back.
so let's see if Tom can pick the pace up in our next episode, when I believe the theme is going to be all about managers. So until then, thanks from me and our commiserations really to Tom. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.